Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. StrafeGal jumping back into the FF4 randomizer free enterprise. We're picking right back up where we left off. Right now, we're searching for the adamant. We've already got the legend sword. We're in pretty good shape if we can get it quickly. Otherwise, we're gonna have to start diving moon, and that's gonna be less fun. But I feel like right now we've got a good party. We could use a little more equipment help, but not. We don't really need a ton. Like one more good item would go a really long way. Um, but I think overall we're in really good shape. We've got a couple checks left on Earth, some of which are easier than others. We haven't done a full grind yet, but we did do a quick version of a grind. Should probably actually, you know what? It's just walking up the tower. Whatever. I've been very, very free and loose with my. Really? So that should be Dark Imps. Yeah, I've been a little free and loose with saves, which is probably a bad thing to start doing, but whatever. We'll make it work. Trying to minimize having to actually do a grind later by getting these life glitches on the bosses where we can, even if it's not super high XP spots. We're actually... I'm not going to say we're in really good shape for... My gosh, are you serious? So we've found a lot of weapons in this seed, none of which are the ones I actually want. No Crystal Sword, no Excalibur. We haven't found the pass, which actually puts us in a decent shape to potentially do the moon bosses, even if we've already found what we're looking for. I'm not sure if I pulled that off. Nope. Okay. This is the Dark Imp spot, so it's really, really weak normally. So there's that at least. Wasted my Moon Veil, but whatever. That was really, really lucky. Okay, keep going. We have to walk back out of the tower now, and then we'll get our last key item. We've also got the Mist Dragon, which I'm going to go check after this. After you beat Mist Dragon, Rydia's mom will show up in Mist, and you can get a key item from her. Yeah, this one. Not sure why I did that, but whatever. Trap chests do tend to give good items, so high tier weapons and armor specifically. So it's probably not a terrible idea to start opening them, but which honestly, that samurai gauntlet's not bad. It's saved by the airship. Guy's gonna hand us an item. Earth crystal. Some direction. Yeah, Village of Mist. Then we'll go to Earth Crystal. Never mind. We can do 3 checks without doing any more bosses with the pan. So we're going to do that instead. Self Cave. Speaking of trap chests we're not opening. Pink tail. We don't have the hook, so we can't actually do the pink or rat tail. I'm kind of expecting that we're going to, like, it's very possible the rat tail is actually the course we need to follow, but that we need to get the hook first. It's a fairly common thing for that to happen. And check with Yang's wife. Should be getting, or she should give us 2 more items. You get the first one just by going down into the Sylph Cave and telling her that Yang is okay. And the second one is for after you've done that, showing her the pan. Those are both worthless for us. One more than the other. Drain Spear is like one of the worst weapons in the game. And the Stardust Rod is great if you had a Black Mage. Okay, we're going to check this, and unless we find something truly amazing, I'm probably heading to the moon after this. I probably should have just gone to the moon earlier, honestly, rather than chasing rabbit holes, but that's okay. I'm kind of okay with the whole We've got a lot of equipment that we don't actually have right now, so I'm going to go down here first. The downside is a lot of the stuff that's most likely down here isn't actually very high end. Some of it's there were a few good items in there, and there was some money in it. I just realized we still didn't find Bacchus wines yet. We didn't check the shop on the moon. With this party, we definitely want some Bacchus wine. Let's do that. I hate this dungeon. At least there's no random encounters. I remember this being awful. Playing it as a kid. Like constant fights. This is another one of those where there's like ordeals where there's several fights in a row. That's unfortunate. Wait till you see the real terror. Shadow. He's going to eliminate all but 2 characters. Hopefully our top Cecil. And nope. Okay, we've got a Cecil and a Rosa left. That's actually the main thing I wanted. We should still be okay. Yeah, we're good. Wall on herself. Honestly, casting Wall on herself is partially just because I want to make sure that partially because I want to make sure she stays up, partially because it makes the fight go faster. When Golbez is casting spells now, he's going to be bouncing them off and hitting himself. So it's actually not just protecting, it's offensive as well. Then I'm going to see if we can get some of the other characters up just to get the XP. But I'm not really super worried about it. Okay, I do want to actually get everybody up before I continue here and resave, because that's a very long fight if I had to redo it. Rydia, we've already beaten Miss Dragon. Again, we're not switching characters at this point, most likely. It would take a very... I suppose Edge. Like, I think I mentioned that before. Like, Edge starts out a little higher level, and we have a sword for him. Everybody else is too low level at this point. I don't want to have to regrind. Or I don't want to have to grind more, rather. We don't have really good gear for any of them. There's absolutely no point in attacking her yet. But we are going to do a wall so that she can't heal herself. And then start hitting her in the face. Now, she can hit relatively hard, but not in this spot, apparently. Good to know. Okay. Easy fight. Sure is really not that hard overall. She can hit hard in certain spots. As long as you've got wall, you're fine. Which you can do either that way, or if you don't have a character who can use it, you can do double Star Veil. Twin Harp. Oh my gosh, stop sending me down this rabbit hole. Uh, Generally speaking, when they talk about... there's a lot of reference to rabbit holes as the items that lead to other items that lead to other items. Now, at this point, if Adamant's on the moon, I've wasted a lot of time. If Adamant isn't on the moon, then I'm following this path, and it's eventually going to lead me where I need to go. At this point, I'm not bothering at all with not bothering at all with the saves. There's no bosses in this spot that could really threaten me. Plague could be annoying, but I think we could race it down without even doing anything. Like without using reset strats at all. It's not a super high hit point spot. We're pretty powerful. Take the risk. Like something like Leviathan or... Which, no, we know where Leviathan is. It's in the Bahamut spot. Pogo Pogo or Paildim, I guess. We can't. Only Edward can save us. Which reminds me, when I do my seed tomorrow, spoon flag. See what we get for a song. That sounds vaguely familiar. Focus Tower. Gotcha. Kalbrenna. Okay. Oh. This is very, very low magic, or very good magic spot. I forgot about that. Magic defense. Go Yang. We're waiting. I want to see what happens. That's what I thought. No, this should still go down in like 3 hits. Oh, my mistake. 4. Sand Ruby. 3rd Cecil? Maybe if I was swimming in Excaliburs. I'm not. Just to be clear, we're not swimming in Excaliburs. Rosa just got Cure 4. Okay, let's go back to the moon. We're gonna do a little stocking up here, just real quick. Baron had Sirens. Kaipo has Hourglass 1. I think we're good on money. Should have stopped at Toroya quick while we were there. That's not what I was trying to do. Oh well, we're really set on hourglasses now. The only other thing I would really like is some cabins. And I think I already mentioned the yeah, we'll call that good. Definitely want cabins. And I guess we'll stop over. There's only two places that the Bacchus wines could be. And that's either on the moon or in the Eblin cave. So I totally didn't check which one or write down which one was which. That's okay. So my assumption at this point is that there are basically two spots that it could be. It's either going to be the rat tail or the moon. I mean, there's not a whole lot left. We've done a pretty thorough check. It could technically be sealed cave, but we don't have the Luca key yet, so we're going to have to find out one of those two places. I'm trying to think if I'm forgetting anything else, but I'm pretty sure I'm not. Leviathan sounds awful, so we're going to go there last. Or later, if at all. We're going to go ahead and start with the Pale Doom spot, as I like to do. And we'll go down from there. I generally go Pale Doom, Plague, D-Lunar, Ogopogo, and then back up to Wyvern last. It's one of the harder spots. And it's the kind of the most out of the way. This one's pretty out of the way too, but it's right near the entrance, so you can save and just try it. Unless it's a really, really rough spot, you're probably okay. This looks like Gauntlet, which is actually kind of annoying. Possibly a little... Yeah. We're basically just going to have to pound through it. Although, actually, I'm messing this up a little. Because I should definitely be doing life potion strats with the XP gains that you can get at this place. Gave 17,000 again, so I'm guessing it must just be an even split, and it must not matter what you do here. So I'm not going to bother with the life strats, because it makes it take longer. Gargoyle. Actually, if the generals are running away... Yeah, whatever. I'm not going to worry about it. Stop worrying and just mash A. Okay, so it was actually working. Doing those strats. Or doing the life potion strats. Had Yang attack that enemy to put him to sleep. And I missed the life strat on that. Generally give more XP. We actually killed him this time, so we actually get a little bit more for that. Spoon. My trend continues. Okay, what's up here that was... Okay, that's what it was being weird. Okay. I suppose the nice thing is that is a key item, so we're getting closer, which we should have... Yeah, we've got 10 now, so we're getting double XP. Which means it is actually so worthless because we already had 10. We've only got a few items left at this point. Hook gives us 2 more easy check, or gives us 1 more easy check. Luca Key gives us another check. And then Crystal Adamant. That's 1 more outside of those that we're missing. What else are we missing? Package. Yeah. So there's no more rabbit holes to run down, basically. Like, outside of Luca Key and the Hook, it's moon or nothing pretty much at this point. There are 2 items outside the moon left. Take a moment to save. I'm gonna clear these even if we get the or at least these 2, or at least all of the easier bosses, even if we get the adamant, because I would really like to be able to get. Jesus. Yeah, I guess we'll just go for it. He's just gonna counter with slow a bunch. We're just gonna Berserk Cecil and Bray, basically. Yeah, Yang is fine against Zeromas, and he's got decent hit points, but unless you get like a black belt, you're not gonna be able to make him terribly survivable, unfortunately. That was really dumb. Should have had her heal. Also, I totally forgot to check the shop before I went in to subtrain. So we'll just need to stop before we head back to Earth. Berserk Cecil's good, even if you're not using his best sword. We currently have, I think, his 4th or 5th best sword. And he's still doing significant damage with it. I did not get the full cast on that. That's okay. There's our adamant. Okay. So, based on everything we've seen so far, there is an extremely good chance that the next room has either the Excalibur or the Crystal Sword. It's gonna make our Zeromas fight go way faster, or even the Avenger. Like, the odds are in our favor that we're gonna get one of those 3 things here, and there's a lot of relatively easy bosses left. This is not one of those relatively easy bosses, but I think we will be okay. That's another, Pogo Pogo's another, percentage based, the big wave that he does. actually, yeah. We're fine. I mean, he hits like a truck, but as long as we keep our hit points up, we're fine. He said as he went in with hit points not at full. Basically spam Cure 4. And wish I had Bacchus wines. Yang's dead. Everybody else is fine. Single blade wave will be fine. Yep. Just have to get healed up for the next double. Double. We should be okay. Barely okay. Not that I've done anything overly aggressive this seed. You know, like this fight in general, which I probably shouldn't have done, realistically. I mean, honestly, we do need to get a few more levels here, so it's not a bad thing. Okay. So we got a hook and Excalibur. We're gonna do Hummingway Shop real quick. Wow. Silkweb. Bacchus. And then from there, I think we're good. I'm not going to worry about it at this point. We still don't have the pass, do we? Meh. We have an Excalibur. I'm happy. Like, we're fine. We don't have the pass, so we are actually going to have to go back to the moon to dive. But it's just a long walk. It should be fine. Then we'll see how the party, or how we fare. I'm very much expecting... Yeah, we're gonna go for it. We're gonna take a little risk there. So, as I said, earlier, crystal armor prevents berserk. Berserk is really important to being efficient in your final fight. So, I'm basically gonna just take that risk, and we're gonna just go all out. I feel like it's worth it. I'm going to do a save here, and then a save when we get down to the bottom. And the reason I'm doing a save here is because if I need, I can now back out still. Now, I was tempted to stop here and do the, and dive down for the, or stop before this and go get the hook, or use the hook to turn in the rat tail and the pink tail. But I feel like at this point it's probably not worth it. Yes, there's a good chance those could have been a crystal sword or something else relevant. But there's a decent chance they wouldn't have been. And at this point, we just need to finish this. Like, is our Rosa at perfect equipment and health? No. We could probably actually do with a few more levels in that regard. Do our Yang and Sid have good equipment at all? No. We're pretty much all in on, we've got double Cecil and a white mage and a pile of Bacchus wines, and we're just gonna get drunk and hit things. I think this is the last save point. I can never remember if there's another one after this. I very, very rarely take this approach. Grabbing that one extra fight for the Excalibur is probably worth it. And it's not actually just because it's going to make the Zeramus fight faster, it's because by making it faster, we're making it safer. I can be a little less risky. Hate this maze. I totally forgot to check speeds. but that's okay at this point, I think. Oh, we may be okay with Rosa. She's got good magic defense. See who the boss is. What the heck? So, Galamus? Okay. And I forgot to do this beforehand, but we're doing this real quick. Crap. Wrong hand. Silent Staff. The Silk Web didn't go off. I actually was considering having Sid hold back here, but I feel like at this point we're just gonna take the risk, go all out, see what happens. I feel like I'm too passive with Zerma's fights often. Give everybody back to full. And there's Cecil with an Excalibur doing 5,000 to hit. That's what we pay him the big bucks for. That's what that Ogopogo fight was for. Okay, that's... I believe that dispels Berserk, so we may have to re-enable it. You can see all of them doing a little less damage on that last attack they had registered, because they don't have Berserk status right now. Knew I should have just waited. I felt that big bang coming. Okay, that was a little weaker one. That's good. If we get a really powerful one, Rose is dead. And then it's basically a race. Unless he black holes again. We're all in on the Berserk plan, so... Oh my gosh, stop doing that. That's really obnoxious. Then you start getting into that question of, do I re-berserk when we're this close to the end? And the answer is yes. Just randomly throwing nukes at me now? I don't think I've actually seen that phase. That means he's not in his last phase yet, because he's not casting Meteo. Okay, got the second shake. So we should be in Meteo range now. Which means we're getting towards the end. There we go. We'll see what my actual time ends up being. I'm pretty sure I'm about 20 minutes over what that actual time was from deaths and stuff. From the in-game timer. So that ended up being rough. I probably should have gone to the moon earlier. I ended up chasing a lot of trails that I shouldn't have. This could have been a really easy seed. And, like, straight up, if I'd just stayed on the moon instead of going back to Earth when I did, genuinely, I was very strongly considering doing, Odin at that point anyway. Or I might have already done it, I can't remember offhand. Either way, no, I don't think I had. Because I had the Cecils. So, if I had just done the moon, first of all, those fights were really hard, and I may have gotten my butt kicked. But I could have done a slightly longer grind. Gone and done those. Would have gotten Excalibur and the Adamant. Gone back, finished Baron Castle if I thought of it right away. I may have gone and done Hook first or something, but still, it's not a super hard check. I probably could have had this done an hour faster, but I didn't. And that's one of the problems with these really open-ended seeds, is it really comes down to a guessing game. So, yeah. Overall, though, this was fun. Like, I made a lot of dumb mistakes. This is probably the worst I've played on a video since my first one. But it was a fun romp at the end of the crappy week I had. So, I'll take it. You know? And honestly, a 206 in-game time, which is probably actually like a 226 or so with the deaths and everything, is pretty rough. The 206 doesn't seem bad. The 226 feels pretty rough. But I still feel like it wasn't a terrible run. It could have been better. And I mean, especially considering the party. I think that's actually the thing that bothers me the most with it, is with this party, this felt like it should have been a lot easier than it was. This is my favorite party, minus Yang and plus somebody else. But Yang ended up pulling his weight at the end. So, like, this is my favorite party, and because I didn't get the equipment to support it, even up to the very end, because I didn't get, because I guessed poorly and forgot about a couple things, made a few stupid mistakes, it ended up taking a lot longer than it should have, even though it was my favorite party. So, it happens. And overall, it was still fun. That's the important part. We'll see. This one was a race against Tony, technically. He's only done a few runs, so this was actually going to just be a practice one. I said, hey, send me the seed you're doing. So we'll see if he feels like sharing his time or not. I'll leave that on him, because he's literally only done, I think he's only finished one run. So he's just just testing it out. And my first run wasn't great. So we'll see. Yeah, hopefully you're still enjoying. If you are, please give me a like and subscribe. Check out the other content on my channel. I swear there'll be something besides Final Fantasy IV Randomizer someday. It won't be tomorrow, because I'm doing a run with my friend Mark tomorrow, where we're racing, so we'll have another one, probably at least one more tomorrow. I generally don't like doing more than one in a day. But yeah, there'll be other things coming too. Promise. Feel free to leave any questions or suggestions in the comments. And as always, have a good one. We'll catch you next time.